Hey everybody, I'm Delicia and thanks for stopping by the Cigar Vixen channel. Today I'm going to be smoking this beautiful Hoyo de Monterrey straight out of Havana. This is the Epicure number 2, probably one of the more popular Robustos coming out of Cuba. This one I brought back with me from my most recent trip. I brought a few of them back. So it's definitely legitimate and has a beautiful appearance to it. Has a very silky, very pretty, a little bit darker coloring than a Connecticut. It's kind of like that Colorado type of a color, and it's very smooth. There's a little bit of an oil sheen to it, but very kind of silky in its appearance. It has a wonderful faint kind of a woodsy aroma to it, but it's a beautiful looking cigar. And this cigar actually owes its origin to the town of San Juan y Martinez, which lies at the heart of the Vuelta Abajo tobacco zone. Here, the Hoyo de Monterrey plantation, one of the great Vegas de Primera, can be reached through a gate on the town's main square inscribed Hoyo de Monterrey, Jose Guerner, 1860. Hoyo literally means a hole, and in this case describes the low-lying position of the plantation on the fertile banks of San Juan y Martinez River. Jose Guerner, a Spaniard from Tarragona, first used the name of his Vega on a brand of Habanos in 1865. So this cigar obviously dates back quite a bit. So anywho, a lot of history, and again, coming straight out of Cuba, this was one of the, like I said, more popular Robusto. So let's go ahead and just get into it. Going with the little Cigar scissors to give it a nice straight cut. And it has a slightly spongy, a little bit more spongy than normal, I would say. It's not, there's no soft spots, but it's very, very spongy. So we'll see how it smokes. The draw seems to be open, which is a good sign. Not a lot of flavor coming off that pre-lit draw. Oh, that aroma is wonderful. Has a very nice cedar, toasty aroma without even puffing it. You just get that right away. Yep, so right away you get that nice toasty, little bit of a woodsy element to it. There's a slight pepper, more of a light pepper on the finish. You get a hint of a sweetness, kind of a mixture of a cocoa, and even like a cinnamon element with a little hint of molasses. Very subtle, nothing that's overpowering, of course. The strength is very, very mild. Again, that light pepper is more of a lingering on the finish. It doesn't really hit you for a few seconds or so. But a beautiful draw. Very nice. So construction seems to be good. And I'm going to go ahead and smoke it down as normal and check back in with you for the second third. So coming back with the second third on the Hoyo de Monterrey, straight out of Havana, this is the Epicure number 2. The flavors are interesting. It's a combination of still having that woodsy type of a profile, very herbaceous. I mean, there's a lot of different spices that I'm getting, including even Sounds really odd, but even a little bit of parsley, dillweed are just very muted flavors, but there's still a little bit of that sweetness. So you get hints of kind of a cinnamon, again, that woodsiness, kind of a cedar type of a woodsy profile to it, as well as a little bit of an oakiness. But again, all of these flavors are fairly muted. They're not strong. They're just kind of in the background. You really have to concentrate when you're smoking it to kind of pull some of these different flavors out. Another note that I picked up was a little bit of a nutmeg. So definitely keeps you interested in the cigar. It's not one-dimensional, has those different notes, but it's also very mild. So there's not a lot of strength to this one. It's very mild, but what I will say is the construction on it is very nice. The burn line is beautiful, and I haven't had any issues on the draw or having to relight it, which is great. I know when I was there and I smoked a few of these cigars, some of them were hit and miss. You know, I had a few that were somewhat plugged, and this one is definitely not. I mean, it's really smoking nice. So it's just one of those things where sometimes you have to chance it. If you buy a box of them, you might have a couple in there that are plugged, but hopefully not. But anywho, this one is definitely not falling into that category. Very good flavor and very good smoke so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke it down some more and check back in with you for the final third. So coming back for the final third on this Epicure number 2, it's been a very enjoyable smoke. Lots of good flavors. Like I said, as in the beginning, more along the mild to medium side as far as overall strength, and probably medium as far as the overall body. There has been a mixture of flavors towards this last part, again with the nutmegs, the woodsy elements. There's kind of a combination of a cinnamon, cocoa, even a little hint of coffee notes that are in there, as well as, again, those spices of kind of even anise and cumin mixed in there. So just interesting amounts of flavors. So very different and very enjoyable. The construction was good. The burn line got a little bit off on this last little bit, but overall it's held up very good. I haven't had to relight it, which is great. Just a very enjoyable smoke. So if you get the chance to smoke one, I highly encourage you to do so. And as always, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. See you next time. Cheers.